Hello guys, this is Wayne, Midnight Think Tank. Let's see, it's Friday, June 23, 2017. Alright, I'm not going to do a lot of talking in this. I'm just going to show you, this is Iraq's money. Iraq's money is going to restart the American economy. The media and all of this stuff that you see with ISIS, the Rothschild banking, cartel, mafia, organized crime, all of these things is getting tore down. But at the same time, it's a shift because the United Nations is the one world government, which was created by the Pope, which is not what he says he is. He is the Antichrist. He is the man behind the curtain in the Wizard of Oz movie. Yeah, it's a kid movie, I know. I grew up with that movie too. But guys, Hollywood owns people. The elites own Hollywood. So there's a lot of things pulled over our eyes. So the Antichrist is the Vatican's popes. He is the man behind the curtain. And I'm drawing a blank on the third one it is. But if you notice in the Vatican, their security guards there, if you will, the security, are wearing the same thing that the guards did in the movie with all their striped colored uniforms, which look like gay uniforms, that explains a lot. Anyway, without further ado, this is literally about Iraq's money. It is going to restart the American economy, amongst others. It is going to be a 3,000% return. Take my word for nothing. But what you're going to find, these pictures are just a few pictures. I used to have it up on the website, midnightthinktank.com. Any of you that remember seeing this, these are the same pictures, plus a few more added. But we're going to just go through this, and I'm going to scan through the pictures and do the 5-second rule. Starting now. I'll try and keep as quiet as I can, but if something pops up and comes to mind, then I'll speak it. Okay. Now this has the pre-legals now on page 14, if you will, 1 through 14. I know this is a video, but the end result, this is the same legal, so you can bypass this. But I'm going to go through the 5-second rule, and then I don't know how that's going to work out, but we'll just have to play it by ear. Starting now. Remember, you're to pause as soon as you see the thing, me scrolling, stop, and wait 5 seconds. Or when you finish reading, then do it. Open it back up, and then 5 seconds later, I'll scroll 3 to 5 seconds. Guys, take this very seriously. You cannot contract with this corporation of organized crime. The administrative courts are operating illegally and have been for a long time. Guys, if you give them blood, you're contracting. If you buy their food, you're contracting. If you consent in any way, you cannot consent. These guys are committing federal treason off of the American people's backs. Most of the people that are in jails, they didn't follow due process. They're not supposed to be in there. If due process, very simple. If any court does not follow due process, that case is null and void. Period. Look it up. Take my word for nothing. They get you to contract, to get you to sign, then you have agreed with their terms. Do you want to agree with organized crime, guys? No, you don't. This is why this country has gone down, because they have been dumbing us down. You are the power. We are the power. We the people. They are public servants to us. Period. This pie that you see, you know, is the elites. First of all, I've had this pie since the think tank a few years now. And guys, this came from a 19-year-old girl. There were a lot of kids that we noticed that were putting things together, including Sandy Hook. Sandy Hook was fraud. Those kids never died. It's all staged. There's a lot of things going on. All you got to do is YouTube and see all the stuff, and then you're going to find it. But this pie, if I remember the story right, this was a 19-year-old girl did this. She's pretty accurate. She's pretty dead on. Okay? In the very center of that, I know you don't have it and can't see it, but that's a Bilderberg. This is a Bilderberg issue. This is what the organized crime is all about. All of these businesses tied. You can see McDonald's in there. McDonald's is now owned by the elites. All these companies are owned by the elites. Yes, including Ford. You know, who knows how all things transpire. But these businesses need to go down. We don't need their garbage here in this country. All of this is organized crime, so the corporations can make all the money. Not you and me. Just those corporations with all those people. Special people. This sheriff, all you got to do is Google Eddie Craig, sheriff, and the first, you must listen to that one first. He explains more in detail on that top video. This one right here. This is a good video. Make sure you write that down. I'm going to pause this for 5 seconds. Okay. Guys, there's just too much information out there. I'm trying to connect the dots for you and show you to go look at the dot and explain the dots. But it's up to you to make it happen. Congressional has no authority to alter the Constitution by ordinary act statutes. In other words, statute is policy and code. It's a corporation's rules. The Constitution is a sovereign document. It can't be altered by anyone except we elect Congress to do that job. And they have blurred the lines of the Constitution, which is for the people only, and statutes, which are of commerce and commerce only. And you're going to see right there, Congress effectively altered the Constitution by ordinary acts. They have committed federal treason. This is all part of the racketeering. All of this is about racketeering, guys. This is RICO Act all the way around. Now we're going to talk about, we're bleeding into the Iraq's money. This is going to be a 3,000% return on Iraq's money. When it goes up, it's going to be a 3,000% return. You're seeing 31 new jetliners that Boeing has manufactured for Iraq. And as of our homework now, 31, all 31, the original contract is done. There is an additional 15 or 16 of them ordered on top of this. Okay? Our officials are not telling you all this stuff. And you want to believe them. You can't do that. Take my word for nothing, but prove me wrong. Okay? Iraq's money, Saddam's picture on it, has all been destroyed, and the new Iraq bills have been replaced by old ones. The reports that I have read, you can Google those out, but this was back at the end of 2004. Let's see, where am I at? What year am I at? 2004. I've been into this since the beginning. Got to get out of the FDIC banks. FDIC is controlled by the Rothschilds. All you got to do is Google Rothschild worshiping Satan. You're going to get more than enough homework to see what's going on. Father that's in heaven, you start your prayer with every one of those, because you're clarifying which Father. You could say God. God is in, but you have to say in heaven. If you don't, Satan says you're thinking you're talking about him. Nobody wants to talk to that pile of crap. Now, this is about the Iraq Dinar, guys. This is one of those manufactured from Boeing. 5-second roll. Alright. Guys, it was a $600 million plane. What is a lot of money for those things. And do you really think that they can carry along 31 new aircraft sitting on the ground over there? Which they are. Do you really think they can function the airport without bringing their value up? Right now it takes 1,170 dinar area to buy $1 American dollar. That value is nothing. Now, add the equations of this airport. It has to function off of no power in the money. Is that a good thing? Is that a true thing? No, of course not. There's 15 more ordered. These are keys, guys. You can do the homework yourself. Don't take my word for nothing. This is not a joke. This is going to slip through your fingers if you don't do something about it. Now, this is what's going to restart this economy. I don't know about you, but I've seen a lot of McDonald's doing a lot of rebuilding. McDonald's is owned by the elites. McDonald's has been poisoning people. All kinds of stuff going on. Doing a 5-second roll. Guys, I've never asked for anything, and I don't do it much, but if you get some dinars, you want to donate some, there's an address you can send some donation to, a couple, an Iraq bill or something, whatever, I don't know. I'm doing all this for free. But you can you send everything there. If anything, this is where we start to look at Iraq, guys, with the pictures. Does that look like it's been war-torn right now? The big question is, you're looking for anything war-torn in these pictures. I don't have them all up here. It's just too much to do. But I got some key ones here. And this is as of somewhere around 3 or 4 years ago when I had the website up. It was on the website, these pictures. Now, what are you looking at there? These things are already built or in the process. That's a nice stadium, guys. There's money in that stadium. See any war-torn yet? You're not going to. I'm telling you, our media is not telling us the correct information, and they don't show us all the nice stuff. They only show us the bad stuff, which is all designed by the elites to get us scared into keeping them in charge. Iraq's people over there came into the think tank. I've had military guy after military guy here in the United States tell me that those people are very grateful for what we did. Our media is totally corrupt and lies to us left and right. They're aiding and abetting in RICO. All of our media people, and this is what you have to push back on these media, especially the owners of the media. Guys, a corporation is a fictitious entity, a piece of paper with words on it, but the people controlling that corporation, you can't sue a corporation because it's a piece of paper with words on it. But you can sue those people that are creating all of those avenues to hurt other people and to lie to you. They have an oath to go by. But this is Iraq. This is what's going to restart this economy. It is a 3,000% return. Now keep in mind, this is 3 or 4 years ago. Pictures that I've had was on the website. End result, those buildings are done by now. But that was back then. Do you see it war-torn then? No, you don't. It's being fixed up, guys. It's cleaned up. Do you think they don't have any plans on going on? There's a number of these things going on. Projects. Guys, God stated, there's going to be a return of a very powerful nation. I don't think the United States went anywhere. But I believe Iraq was trashed all the way down to nothing. They're going to be a very powerful nation. Just look at the cash flow going on in these pictures. And yeah, I know you don't have them all. But it's going to take a bit to upload this thing too. Look at that red sign. KFC. Pizza. Right there. KFC. Fast food. Guys, our media has been lying to us big time, and our officials have been lying to us big time. They don't want you to know about the Iraq Dinar because it's going to be a 3,000% return, and they want to keep as many people as they can in the dark. Get the dinar. It's their currency. You can always get your money back. Just do it. We're at the end of the line with this. Today's 6/23/2017. We're at the end of the line, guys. This thing's about to revalue. I have no clue what the building is, but it doesn't look war-torn to me. It's all cleaned up. It's been a lot of years, guys. Our media is not showing us this. They're not showing us anything of this. They only show you the ISIS and the bad stuff. They're not showing you the real things. And technically, the elites created ISIS, and they're paying ISIS to make happen. That's what they're doing. Don't take my word for it. Prove me wrong. I dare you. Now, just look at that building. That's not a building I would design. But there's money just in the structural engineering in that thing. Oh, crimey. Look at that. Remember, this is 3 years ago. A lot of projects are finished by now. 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. And they also didn't tell us that we had the Muslims trying to do the 1 million Muslim march back, I believe it was 2000, and I forget what year, 2014, 13. Anyway, 1 million Muslim march, and 2 million bikers showed up. That march never happened because of the bikers and the truckers. It was a big thing all over the internet. Our media didn't tell us this. Gee, I wonder why. They're bought out. They're collecting their money. Our media needs to be tore down. Now, look at this picture close, guys. I don't see anything war-torn over there, and they keep touting on the news how bad it is. Do you see anything tore up? It's because it's not. They're lying to us big time. Get the dinar, guys. You remember that jetliner? That jetliner ought to tell you something. 31 of them have been manufactured and they're sitting on the ground. Their airports are running. You're just slowly building it up. But that's what's going to restart this economy. And this airport has to be functioning, ready to go. See anything war-torn? Of course not. It's been all cleaned up. But they sure don't tell us this on the news, do they? Our United States of America, home of the free, home of the brave. Well, they got the brave part right. Because the internet, the people on the internet have literally forced the hands of the network. Period. Hillary's not in office. And those of you that voted for Hillary, one day you're going to find out She's not what she says she is. She's garbage. Amazing how Iraq is so nice, and they've been lying to us, telling us a whole different ballgame. Now all of a sudden that beeping is wherever I'm at is doing that. I don't know what that beeping is. It just has to start just to cause disruption. Guys, these are the definitions from Black's Law, organized crime. It's bottom of each YouTube. Got to get to know these guys. This is what they're doing. The clerks, all in the yellow there, the clerks. Title 18, subsection. This weird looking symbol is two S's on top of each other right in here. Somebody's phone. How about that? They're walking around like it's no big deal, just going off and ringing. Technically, about 3 minutes it was ringing. How about that? The definitions from Black's Law's organized crime. You got federal fraud, legal abuses, perjury, malicious prosecution, tort, conspiracy, extortion, treason, collusion, human trafficking, kidnapping, terrorists, traitors regime, all under the name of RICO. That's racketeering, guys. They come up with all these different things, all different laws, but they basically repeat themselves. Most of our kids, people, they're kidnapping off the street, and they get them to sign thinking that they just did a bad thing. Statutes are of commerce and commerce only. Constitution is the law, but they have changed all that. And technically back in 1933, the Pope, the head kingpin to all of this, the head of the organized crime, the man behind the curtain in the Wizard of Oz, the Antichrist, they've all been worshiping Satan, and they belong to a place that's out there in California's land, Bohemian Grove, which no women are allowed. It's only a men's club, and this is for the upper elites. The only ones that are allowed is male prostitutes. This is what's running our country, guys. Sorry, I know that was a little long. That noise was bugging me. 5 seconds. Okay, treason, you have Title 18, subsection 242. You're going to find that right there. Color of law. Guys, color of law is not law. Treason is when you're bringing another country's laws into your area and using those laws from another country. It's treason. You got the definition right here. Take my word for nothing. Comes from Black's Law. I hate when I go up and shoot it. Yes, human trafficking is what the police are doing when they're picking people up and telling you that they're doing bad things. They're not following due process. It's called human trafficking. And they're kidnapping people off the street. And when they get them to jail, then they get them to sign in contract before they let them out. Even using the phone is trying to get them to contact. Remember, all these definitions are going to be at the back end of every YouTube video. And here's your RICO. When you're in their courts, the administrative court, which has been operating illegally in this country for 81 years, they're committing federal treason. And the head kingpin to this whole thing is the Pope, the Vatican, the Antichrist, the man behind the curtain in The Wizard of Oz. Guys, reaching out and taking their fraudulent piece of paper is contracting. It's serving you legal notice. You tell them they're corporate fiction. They're not going to just give up. This is a fight. If you don't want to fight, then they're going to take and railroad you. And as this gets worse, then it's going to be worse on you. Unless you learn to fight. Then you get to stand up. Because it's coming anyway. It's happening. It's been happening. This is why 80% of the people, most of the people in jail are not supposed to be there. Because they don't know this info. So, if you have loved ones in jail, and you know something's wrong, you need to pay attention. Okay guys, done with this YouTube. Sorry about the delay a while ago, but idiot sitting over there making all this noise and didn't care, just walking around letting it beep. Anyway, see you on the next one.